So I was just driven, and still am, for my sins when it comes to colourblind, by this passion and just this, you know, it was love, because I adore my daughter, and I don't come from a business background. And it's interesting, I think more so than race being an obstacle for me personally, it was probably class or kind of social background, because I had no clue. We didn't have enterprise in school. I had no understanding of how to start a business, how to structure a business, pitfalls, investment, you know, any of that stuff. So I was just driven purely by passion, and as a result made lots and lots of silly mistakes. In terms of financing it, it's you know, it didn't take much, but I just worked harder. And again, that work ethic is definitely came from my dad, you know, for sure.
It's not enough for you to have done ASOS here. You are on a journey doing the same thing in India, and I know you've used AIM, I think, to raise money for, now I'm going to completely pronounce it incorrectly, so Coos, which is the Indian version of ASOS. Why did you choose AIM?
It comes back to the sources of finance that we talked about. I found, having built successful businesses, that it's easy to raise venture capital, because greed overpowers race, sexuality, everything else. Because if you're going to deliver a successful business, the people in the room just want a successful business.
You were talking about what you were doing in Africa with your renewable business there. Can you just tell us a bit about that, and how does that work? Does it, you know, as an export, or is it mainly you're investing in Africa? Before I'll come to Jessica about that.
Well, it's a bit of both. So we've got our head office in Nairobi. We just opened another office in Machakos, and what we're doing.
How many people have you got working for you then internationally?
We've got 30 people on the ground in Africa, which is great. And we've actually got a bigger building. It's better value for your money, and people are more willing to work because it's actually changing lives. When you've got a rural village that's never had power or seen power before, and you're getting a product down there which is giving them power, it revolutionises the way they do things, and it assists them on another level. And you see, part of this innovation is charity is their aid. For many years, people have put money into places like India, put money into places like Africa, into South America, and it's actually suppressed people. It stopped them from thinking, it stopped them from being creative, because they're given and they're fed. And that starves creativity, and it starves innovation. So what we're essentially doing is trying to inspire young people here by teaching them about science and how it can help lives. And then also teaching in Africa how to build, how to assemble, how to install. What that means then is they then become a technician, they then become a maintenance engineer, a maintenance technician, earning money, and also an entrepreneur by selling it into a community that needs it. And as that model grows, they want to then learn more, which is they'll go on to build different things. And so it's really growing organically, where people are learning, people are growing both in terms of their mind and also their ability to create products which people need.
Now, Jay, I mean, you talked about your parents and Skype. I mean, it sounds to me like you've taken your technologies and your products into that market as well, I'm presuming.
Yeah, so I think what we are doing is actually, I think that's the beauty of being in London, is you have these sort of networks of, you know, UK, Canada, UK, Australia, UK, South Africa, UK. So it's almost, our users are expanding our coverage. Again, having that sort of award helped us again in the US. We got nominated as one of the 15 most innovative companies in the senior space in the US. We're the only company to be there, which is brilliant. And so, now we're getting a lot of huge drive from the US. But it's really interesting if you start looking at the networks that, being in the UK can establish for you. I mean, it's more than, I think, any other country that you can be in terms of the network. So yeah, that's how we expect.